Hey, how's it going guys? Phil here, and this is a review for the Bon Venu manual juicer. You'll receive the juicer, the turning arm, a plunger press, a juice catch cup, 2 spare rubber O-rings, and a frozen dessert nozzle. The juicing nozzle is pre-installed. The main instructions with this unit are all in Chinese, but there is an abbreviated black and white instruction set in English. The unit is made entirely of a lightweight but durable plastic. As I mentioned, the juicing nozzle is already installed and it unscrews quite easily. The difference between the two nozzles is that the juicing nozzle has a round opening and the ice cream nozzle has a star-shaped pattern. Inside the unit you'll find the grinding auger, and be sure to remove the sticker on the back. The presser is made of hard, hollow plastic and has a cute little happy face so that it looks like it's wearing a hat. The juicing cup has an elongated wraparound shape to fit this machine specifically. The capacity is about 2.5 cups, though there are no measurement lines on it. The body of the juicing unit can be released from the base by pressing on the white button in the back and then pulling the top to the left. The small triangle dial on front is the suction cup activator. It does take quite a bit of force to activate and disengage, but after the suction cup is set, the unit will be stuck firmly on a smooth surface. To reassemble the unit, attach the top piece to the base, then place the plastic bearing onto the back of the auger, making sure the wide end goes on first. Insert the auger into the top piece and screw on your desired cap, depending on what you'll use it for. I'll put the juicing cap on so we can see that first. Note that it will screw on counterclockwise. Lastly, attach the handle to the gear on the back of the unit, being sure to line up the teeth. The first thing you'll notice is that the handle must be set off the edge of your countertop, otherwise you won't be able to make full revolutions with the handle. When juicing, turn the handle towards the front of the machine. The juice catch cup has a notch on top for the release button on the back, and it will wrap around the unit so that the extended lip is just under the gear handle. This is where the juice will dispense from. The pulp will be ejected from the front nozzle, so you need to put a bowl or container there to catch the pulp. So let's try this out with some beets. I've already cut them into 1 to 2 inch cubes so that they'll fit into the chute. I'll place the veggies into the hopper and down the chute and press down with the presser. Then I'll start turning the handle towards the front of the machine. The food doesn't move down the chute without pressure, so make sure to press the vegetables while turning the handle continuously. After a few revolutions, the pulp will start to eject out the front, and the juice will dispense through the back into the catch cup. As you can see, with the suction cup engaged, the juicer stays firmly in place. It does take a bit of elbow grease to turn the handle, but it's not too bad. Occasionally, if you overload the juicer with a lot of stuff, it'll jam, but all you need to do is wind the handle backwards a few times to clear the clog. Also, sometimes a few bits of pulp will shoot out the front of the nozzle from the built-up pressure, and it will miss your pulp container, so just make sure to look for stray bits of pulp. After about 3 minutes of turning, I got about a 1/4 cup of beet juice. The pulp is fairly dry, but not bone dry. I'll run it through again to see if we can get any more liquid out of it. So it doesn't look like the pulp is going to give us much more than a few drops of liquid. It also seems to be clogging the machine, so in general, I would not recommend running the pulp through a second time. After grinding 6 medium beets, it's taken me about 10 minutes and I've got about a cup of juice here, which isn't too bad. It's certainly not as fast as using an electric juicer, but the slow grinding and gentle pressing releases almost all the liquid from the beets and causes less oxidation in the process, preserving a lot of the nutrients and color of the juice. There's also little to no pulp and froth in the final product. That's good. Now let's try some frozen stuff. What I'll do is cut up some ripe bananas and put them in the freezer overnight. I'm going to cut them into 1/2 inch rounds. Now that they're frozen solid, I'll run them through the juicer with the frozen dessert nozzle. The banana comes out smooth with the extruded star shape, and it looks a lot like soft serve ice cream. It does tend to break up a bit if you don't continuously feed banana through, but the texture looks very smooth and creamy. And wow, it's really good. It's not grainy at all, and it's thick like a frozen custard. It's also easy to add other frozen fruit to the mix while you're grinding, and you can add flavors and toppings to it afterwards, like some blueberries and some cocoa powder. And while it doesn't have any cream, dairy, or added sugar, it's still really tasty, and healthy too. I also tried the machine with frozen watermelon, and the result was very much like Italian ice or frozen sorbet. It didn't come out of the machine in one long noodle, but overall the texture and flavor were good. I also tried with frozen strawberries, which came out very similar to the frozen watermelon. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with the results for both juicing and frozen treats. Although it takes a lot of effort to grind enough fruits and vegetables for juice, the final product is delicious and healthful. I did try to juice blackberries, but I found the softness of the fruit tended to clog up the auger, so I recommend alternating soft fruit like berries with hard fruit like apples, so that the hard fruit can clear the pulp from the machine. The other option is to freeze the soft fruit and use it frozen for ice cream. While it's not the most efficient tool to get your homemade goodies, it's kind of fun to use, and it's not that difficult to clean up. Plus, you can take some comfort in burning a few calories right before you consume them again. I hope you enjoyed this review. You can ask me any questions in the comments. I'll put a link to the product in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and join me next time.